Welcome to GC Cars, my name is Eric.
And I'm Jesse.
And this Buick doesn't even exist yet. Alright, so obviously this does exist because it's right here.
It exists, you just can't buy it.
Yes, you can't buy it, and this is actually an exclusive pre-production model that was given from GM and Buick to us to review. This was actually unveiled like 4 months ago at the Canadian Show in Toronto, so shout out Canada for that one. Shout out to Buick for giving us this exclusive look straight from Michigan, from the pre-production assembly to us. Of course, we're going to take a look at the exterior first, and we're going to take a look at the interior. And we're going to drive it and see if this all new, well, not all new, refreshed Buick Encore GX is a great little subcompact for you.
Starting with the color?
Cinnabar metallic, red metallic.
We had to Google that. It's some kind of alloy?
Yeah, so it's just a metal thing. Like I thought it was like a Cinnabon, just in a bar form, but no, it has nothing to do with Cinnabons.
Cinnabon's not red.
It's more scientific. I mean, some of them are.
The color's nice.
The color looks really nice. It's nice and flaky, and you have like the accent of like the lighter shades when the sun hits it. And in general, also notice the new Buick logo.
I like the logo.
It looks really nice.
And they want to make sure you know, because they have it about 8 times. They got it in the lights here, on the wheels, but yeah.
It is very well placed. And
this front end looks nice.
The front end looks nice, definitely a lot sharper than the previous Encore. The previous Encore was a bit more kind of like business, subdued.
Yeah.
This is a bit more, hey, I'm bold. I love these wheels.
I do
too.
too.
Think they're great looking. And well, side profile is fairly normal because this is the ST, the mid trim level, right? We did for the Avenir up top. We do get around the whole car kind of this gloss black cladding, which I think looks really good.
But
will be difficult probably to keep clean and scratch free. We'll see how that works. We got the chrome bar up top here just to kind of like top off and guide into the rear end, which is absolutely beautiful.
I mean, yeah, for a subcompact, yeah,
right?
It looks great.
They usually kind of look awkward, stubby, and short, a little bit like me, essentially. But this one, they managed to make a subcompact that looks muscular. You have those hips basically coming from the taillight, and they come back around on those fake outlets in the bottom. We have a bit of a diffuser going on. This is good looking.
They're trying to make up for the lack of muscle under the hood.
Oh yeah, we'll get to that though.
Later.
And of course you notice the pure Michigan manufacturer plate because, like I said, straight from Michigan to us. Shall we take a look at the interior though?
Let's go inside.
Okay, inside the newly refreshed Encore GX.
I don't feel very refreshed. I'm pretty hot right now. It's hot in Canada, yes. Anyone watching outside Canada, yes, it gets hot here, all right?
That's sometimes, just occasion, for like 2 days a year. Then it's polar bear season again.
But it's pretty clean in here.
So first of all, I think we got to establish this is not luxury or anything like that or premium like that. I think in terms of like materials, we'll find something similar in like the HRV, which was quite nice. We like the HRV on the interior in terms of materials, and this is, I think, pretty good. Like all the
soft touch up here.
Right.
Soft touch here.
Nice. All the important touch points,
soft.
They feel good. We have the center console is soft. This is really good. There are some cheap plastics, of course.
I mean, this is even still a little bit soft, right?
It's not, yeah, true. It's not like a harsh plastic. So it's definitely.
And there's a few materials here. There's like a silver, I'm not really sure, aluminum faux, but it's not really aluminum.
Yeah, but they have some nice accents in here, and the white contrast stitching looks good. We do have piano black down here.
My favorite.
Which is like, stop it. Stop doing this, people.
It's already scratched.
It's already scratched at 1,061 kilometers. And we have, of course, the big update, the big upgrade here. We have the new digital screen cluster.
Which looks big, but it's really kind of just...
Yeah. So let's start off with the good. We have this new infotainment here, and we have all, first of all, even on this mid-trim level, we have all the cool cameras we love to have in the GM
The screen
quality
is pretty good.
This screen is really good, especially if you go to Android Auto. Like, this is a crispy screen.
It's better than the Mazda CX-90.
It's way better than that. Like this is really, really nice screen. It is for the most part responsive. Sometimes it's a little slow, but I think that's mostly because it's the pre-production. They will update that before.
And the 360 camera seems to be crunched. I don't know.
Yeah, the 360-degree camera looks a little crunched, and yeah, that's just like they're probably fixing that. But if we move to Android Auto, Apple CarPlay Wireless, and if we move over to this,
the GV70 doesn't even have that.
GV70. Look, this is a proper luxury car. GV70 lost right there. S-Class. S-Class when you test it. I hope you have Android Auto, Apple CarPlay Wireless. Otherwise, the Encore got you beat. No, but moving on to the digital gauge cluster in front. Like
this screen in general just seems like it's trying to be something it's not.
The bezels are wider than the screen.
Yeah.
Which is a bit of a shame. Like I get it, but also like.
With that said, it could be worse. Like,
It could be
for
worse.
under $40,000.
The screen looks nice.
Right.
Like you can have different like layouts here. You can have some different information in it. Like it's responsive. It looks really good. The colors and black levels are nice, even here in this really like brightly lit environment right now.
It's just the way it's implemented, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It's just like, it's not a critique. It's more like a subjective styling design choice. What is a critique? This material underneath the screen.
Yeah.
It stains, like from the grease on your hands and the oils, they stain this, and you can't wipe it off. So this material isn't a good choice. You do have a volume knob though.
I feel like they should have carried the material over from here
That would have been nice.
over here. It's nicer and it will probably last longer.
Yeah, it has a bit of texture to it too.
Yeah.
It's good. Moving over to what we don't have in the ST in the midterm here is automatic climate controls. So you can just you can decide between very cold, warm, and very warm, and then have your different levels of that. Like, it's honestly, it's not a big
It's not a deal breaker.
compromise. Yeah, it's not a deal breaker. Like, you'll get your way. You just have to adjust it a little more often. Seats though, I find them very comfortable.
Yeah, they're not.
nice.
I can't really complain.
Yeah, they're nice. They're heated on both sides as well. They have the nice little ST badge. I don't mind it at all. Big sunroof up top, which we of course can open up. Looks good. And then plenty of kind of little storage cubbies, which is important in a subcompact SUV. You can take out that little cover. Like, you don't have much width to work here, but what they have, we have a lot of storage and even a wireless charger. My phone did not break, luckily.
Your phone needs to work for that to work. So.
Right? Looking in the back though.
The seats are a little bit more firm back there.
Yeah.
Not bad. I could see myself going on a road trip and being in the back seat, no problem.
It is surprisingly spacious.
The legroom is I've never been in a back seat. So first of all, when you're sitting, we didn't mention, when you're sitting in these seats, you kind of feel like you're high up, like the infotainment's below you. You can't really see the hood.
Yeah, because it slopes down, but you are quite high in the vehicle.
Which brings us
These
to
are
the back
nice.
seat, because you can put your foot under these back seats, which I've never really been able to do before.
Yeah, like even like sitting behind ourselves, we can put like half our leg underneath,
Under
so you
the
can
seats.
kind of stretch out, which is really nice.
Mhm.
So there's plenty of space. We have cup holders on the sides,
USB-C, USB, USB-C back there.
and the materials are pretty much just as nice up in front. So you have soft touch and leathers. Honestly, for a subcompact SUV, this is really, really good second row.
Yeah.
I'm very happy. And then moving over to the trunk.
Which is
Lastly,
also not bad.
with the second row up, we have 23.5 cubic feet of space, which for a subcompact SUV is actually pretty good. Really, the only one that we tested that is a bit more space is like the HR-V, but that's a bigger vehicle.
Right.
As well, like a CX-30 has like 5 cubic feet less, for example.
This is above average.
This is above average, definitely, and you can open up like that divider on the bottom where you have like a smaller spare tire, and you have plenty of storage space around there. You can, like a whole grocery haul you can pretty much put in there. And of course, you can put down those second row seats, and you get 50.2 cubic feet of space. Once again, above average. So very well kind of packaged, the whole Encore. But are we going on a Encore road trip to get some music? I don't know. I tried to make an Encore joke. Should we drive?
I guess we should.
I guess. That's excitement right there, that was. Should we drive?
Yes.
That's better. Out in the Encore GX. We went all-wheel drive, traction control off.
Wait, let me just stretch my neck for this blistering fast 0 to 60 performance.
Oh boy, we're gonna send this home. Brake torque and... I mean, it is significantly more peppy than the HR-V. It's not fast, but...
Not fast.
And it doesn't sound like the HR-V either, which is
Sounds
really
like
nice.
a golf cart. Kidding.
You've got some peppy ass golf cart. No, so yeah, this is not quick. Woo! That bird almost died. All-wheel drive we can turn off because, well, we want to save fuel, and we get to that in a bit.
Huh.
But yeah, we have a turbocharged 1.3 liter inline 3.
1.3 liter.
Yeah, 1.3 liter inline 3, producing 155 horsepower and 174 pound-feet of torque. Good for a 0 to 60 time off. Approximately
1 minute. No, I'm kidding.
8. You're very negative right now. 8.8 seconds. Yeah, like
Dominic
okay,
Toretto would not approve of this car.
no, it's not his 12-second car. Well, it's actually better. It's an 8-second car. 260. No, we're joking. This is, yes, somewhat slow, but especially in the city, this drives so much better than the HR-V we've driven.
Yes,
that
it
one
does.
with the naturally aspirated 2 liter, because this is turbo, you're kind of more in the power band. It does feel kind of zippy, and you're really only running out of like power on the highway when you need to like accelerate. But even yesterday when we were going the flow of traffic after the GV70, this thing was totally fine.
Adequate.
Yes. This 1.3 liter, it's a 3 liter. It's a 3-cylinder, which means it is not very vibration free. It has a lot of harmonics. It doesn't sound great. We just switched into all-wheel drive and our camera started shaking because all the vibrations from the engine transferred in the cabin. I'm assuming, I don't know, I'm assuming we have a 1.3 liter in here because of China. Buick is very big in China, and they tax on displacement.
So 1.3 liter, that should mean fuel efficient, right?
Well,
right?
let's find out. So if I'm going here and we see trip information in the 300 kilometers that I drove with this car, that's about 180 miles maybe. We averaged 10.8, which funnily enough is down from earlier today.
It was 12 before.
On the highway we managed 12, and then we've been idling for 3 hours, and now it's lower. I don't know if that might be a pre-production quirk of this math and maybe not adding up.
Either way, 10.8 would be high.
It would be high.
12 would be extremely high.
It would actually be kind of HRV high, which is the issue with these small turbocharged buzzy engines, which just they have to run constantly and like they have to demand all the power for them to really get anywhere. Like literally, you could probably put a 5-liter V8 in this and it would be more efficient. But EPA and probably China and all that tax stuff. So listen, I prefer this over the HRV. Would I take the CX-30 drivetrain over this?
Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, no competition.
But I do like the 9-speed we have in here. I think the 9-speed is fairly fine. Well, look at that alliteration. And if I demand some power, it's pretty quick to respond usually, and it's pretty soft to drive. Handling wise is actually, it's kind of zippy because it's small, so it doesn't weigh a lot. You can just throw it around, which is quite nice. But I mean, that's not why you buy the Buick Encore. But you want to go behind the wheel?
I do. So while I'm adjusting my seats here, it's worth noting that we don't have any automatic settings.
Yeah, we don't have memory seats, which is weird because we have the electronic seats. You'd figure like the memory seats would be included in the ST, but they are not. And mine is not height adjustable.
One of those things that's not a deal breaker, but would be nice to have.
It would be nice to have, especially if we kind of feel like we have all the prerequisites met already.
All right, time to unleash this beast. I mean, it goes.
It's an
enough to get on
urban
the highway.
vehicle.
It's enough to get on the highway.
Yeah, it's an urban vehicle, which is where this kind of excels. Suspension-wise, okay, it doesn't compare to the GV70 we have right now, but that's like more than double. But once you kind of get used to this segment again, this is actually not bad. I don't find it ever uncomfortable. Yes, you do feel imperfections, but
you gotta have expectations set, with the price range you're looking at.
Exactly, and I don't find this to ride any worse than an HRV. This is totally adequate, and in the city, I like it, and there's still enough like suspension control in terms of body movements that you can quickly take a gap or go into an alley if you need to maneuver a bit more intensely, to say it like that.
Tech-wise, what are we working with here?
So we have adaptive cruise control, which is nice. We have automatic emergency braking. We do have lane keep assist, not lane centering though, and it does bounce you off the side of the road, so you'll have to catch it yourself, otherwise you keep bouncing.
I'm not much of a fan of that.
I don't ever use it. I find it only interferes, but for the people that want to have it, that's good to them. But the main feature here really is just the adaptive cruise control and the automatic emergency braking,
which is nice to have.
Right, and it's on par with the segment, and some even offer maybe a little more, which leaves noise, which right now, honestly,
not bad.
80 is the speed limit here.
Yep. And of course, as usual, we're going the speed limit.
As usual, we go on the speed limit.
Noise is not bad. It's not bad at all.
Honestly, yeah. It's actually quite, for a subcompact, it's quite quiet.
Quite quiet.
So yeah, I mean, listen, there's not super many things to say here. It's a subcompact, sub 40K SUV. It's gonna be, essentially what we're doing is we're looking for flaws, and there are none. I don't think there's any big flaw. The drivetrain could be more fuel efficient.
To me, the drivetrain is the biggest flaw.
Yeah.
It's underpowered and over thirsty, if that's the correct term. Underpowered and too thirsty for what it offers.
Yeah, honestly, I don't mind. I just got PTSD from the HRV, so I'm just happy to have a bit more actual usable power. But yeah, the fuel economy. Lastly, pricing. Well, there's no price. There's no price. Price isn't available, isn't announced.
Sub 40K, no?
We don't even have a spec sheet. That's my guess. I have gone ahead and done an educated guess. Right now,
call it 40.
Yeah, I would say 40, just sub 40. And that's... Hey, post-production Eric here. Let me just quickly pause the video. So after we filmed, Buick did supply us with the price, and the Buick Encore GX ST starts at $35,299 Canadian. So our estimate was just a little high depending on how you spec it, but conclusion remains the same. Let's keep going. Honestly, I think totally fair price.
And the question is, how does that price stack up against the competitors?
Pretty much dead on with the HRV, which I'll take this.
I would agree with you.
I'm taking this over the HRV. You might be a little more, you have a bit more competition if you look at stuff like the CX-30, which you can get at a similar price. The interior of the CX-30 will be nicer, but you do compromise on space quite a bit, both rear passenger space and trunk space. And if we're already talking about a subcompact SUV,
right?
I don't know how much more compromise you do want to make at that point.
I think the biggest roadblock for a lot of people, and I hate to say it, is going to be the brand, right? There's like a kind of stigma.
Yeah, in a way.
People are thinking it, I'm just the one to say it.
Yes, no, it's important to bring up. It is a factor. Although I do think this is a very hip, kind of more modern. It gets away a bit from this, you know.
This is their attempt to refresh.
Older demographic. Yeah, this is definitely a bit of a refresh. And I think it is one of the most attractive looking.
Yes, 100%.
Subcompact SUVs on the market. It definitely has style. It has a bit of swagger. And I like it. Anyhow, I think that concludes our review for today. Thank you so much for watching.
If you enjoyed the video, tune in, subscribe, hit that bell notification because we drop a new video every single week.
And the bell is very important.
Yes,
we care
ring
about
the bell.
bells over here. Exactly. So, thanks so much for watching and goodbye.
See you guys in the next one.
So you have come to us and said you wanted more. So we are giving you an encore.
Oh, no.
Get it?
Cut.